Listen closely, my friends, for I have something important to share with you today.
Imagine this. A farmer went out to sow seeds in his field. As he scattered them, some fell on the hard path. Birds quickly came and ate them up.
Some seeds fell on rocky ground where the soil was shallow. They sprang up quickly because the soil was thin, but when the sun came up, they withered because they had no roots. Other seeds fell among thorns. The thorns grew up and choked the plants. But then some seeds fell on good soil. These produced a crop, some 30, some 60, and even 100 times what was sown. Now, do you understand what this means? So, here's my advice to you. Take a moment to examine your heart. What kind of soil are you? Are you open to the truth, or are there thorns of distraction that keep you from growing? If you feel like rocky soil, don't lose hope. Remove the stones of doubt and fear, and let your faith grow deep roots. And if you find thorns, like worries about money, success, or the future, remember this: trust in God. He provides for the birds of the air and clothes the flowers of the field. How much more will He care for you? Strive to be the good soil. Nurture your faith by seeking God daily, listening to His word, and putting it into action. Your life will overflow with blessings, and you will bear fruit, not just for yourself, but for others too. If anyone has ears to hear, let them hear. Do you have questions, my friends? What's on your heart today?
Let me tell you another parable about the kingdom of heaven. Listen closely.
The kingdom of heaven is like a mustard seed, the smallest of all seeds. Yet, when it is planted, it grows into the largest of garden plants and becomes a tree, so big that the birds come and perch in its branches.
Now think about this for a moment. The mustard seed is so small that it can easily be overlooked. It seems insignificant, but within that tiny seed lies the potential for incredible growth far beyond what anyone might expect.
This is what the kingdom of heaven is like. It starts small, perhaps as just a whisper in your heart or a single act of faith. But when nurtured, it grows, quietly, steadily, and powerfully. Eventually, it becomes something so magnificent that it can shelter and bless others. So, here's what I want you to remember. Never underestimate the power of small beginnings. Your faith, no matter how small it may feel, has the potential to grow into something extraordinary. Maybe you've only taken a small step toward trusting God. Maybe you've shared a kind word or a simple prayer. It may seem insignificant now, but don't despise these small beginnings. Every great tree once started as a seed. Take time to plant and nurture the seeds of faith in your life. Spend time in prayer, meditate on God's word, and act with love and kindness. As you do, you'll see that God's kingdom doesn't grow through grand gestures alone, but through the consistent small acts of faith that build a life rooted in Him. And when your faith grows, it won't just be for you. Like the mustard tree, your life will become a refuge for others, a place of encouragement, love, and peace for those in need. Your small seed of faith can create ripples that touch countless lives. And do you see? A mustard seed is small, but it holds the promise of greatness. So plant your seeds, tend to them with care, and trust in God to bring the growth. And remember this, with faith as small as a mustard seed, you can move mountains. Let this truth encourage you as you walk in faith. Now tell me, what small seeds of faith can you plant today? Think about it, and let's talk together. Listen to me carefully, my friends. Imagine two men. Both of them are builders. Each has the same dream, to build a house where they can live in safety and comfort. But there is one key difference. The first man is wise. He chooses to build his house on solid rock. The work is hard. It takes time and effort to dig deep and lay a strong foundation. But when the rains come, the rivers rise, and the winds howl, his house stands firm because it is anchored on the rock. Now the second man?
He is foolish. He takes the easy path and builds his house on sand. The work is quicker and less demanding, but when the same rains pour down, the rivers rise, and the winds batter his house, it collapses with a great crash.
This, my friends, is what it's like when you hear my words and put them into practice. You are like the wise builder who built his house on the rock. Your life will have a strong foundation, able to withstand the storms of this world, whether trials, temptations, or uncertainties. But if you hear my words and do not act on them, you are like the foolish builder who built his house on sand. Without a solid foundation, your life will crumble when difficulties come. So, here's my advice to you. Examine your foundation. What are you building your life on? Is it on wealth, power, or fleeting pleasures? These are like sand, shifting, unstable, and unable to sustain you when life gets hard. Instead, build your life on the rock of my teachings, on truth, love, and obedience to God. Live with integrity, treat others with kindness, forgive as you have been forgiven, and trust in God's plan for you. This may not always be the easiest path. Building on rock takes effort. It requires you to dig deep, to be patient, and to remain faithful. But the reward, an unshakable life no matter what storms come your way. My words are not just lessons to listen to, they are truths to live by. If you act on them, your life will not only endure the storms, but will also shine as a beacon for others.
So I ask you, what kind of builder will you be? The choice is yours, sand or rock. Make your decision wisely, and you will find the strength to stand firm. Think on this, my friends, and take it to heart. The storms will come, but if you build on the rock, you will stand.
Now let us discuss, what foundation are you building your life on today?